Hey YouTube, what's up? It's me, French Poodle OA, and I'm here to share with you all. Well, this will be my first story time video, so bear with me as I share this topic with you guys. So, a couple of months ago, like back in May, I was fired from my job. Well, okay, technically I wasn't fired. The contract I had at that place ended, so I had to go. And when you go to college, they teach you everything you need to know about getting a job, how to dress, how to talk, how to do your resume, following up with the person, doing thank you letters or thank you emails, and they teach you email etiquette. Like, you learn all these wonderful things about how to get a job in college, but no one teaches you what to do if you get fired or let go, or maybe your position doesn't exist anymore. Like, no one really prepares you for what that feels like. And the job I had, that was my first real job after graduating college, and I was doing well. Like, so I came in, I learned what I needed to know. Like, my manager, me and her was cool. Even the guy that was our regional manager, he was really nice. Like, I got to learn a lot from him. The people at the complex, some of them were cool, some of them were cool. So it was great, and I was there for about, I think, 2.5, almost 3 years. Because I started out as a temp there, and then they took me on full time, and I even got a promotion and a raise within like a very reasonable time. So while I was with this company, like the property that I started out at, I got a promotion, and then they gave me like my own property, and I was like, ooh, pat on the back, pat on the back, I'm doing good, y'all. So it's like, it was so many things were happening. Like, I got a promotion, I got a raise, like, because sometimes you can get promoted and not get a raise, which is not that fun. But I had my own property, and that was so scary in itself. But nevertheless, like, one day, like, literally I found out like that I was let go. Like, and it happened on a Friday, and it was a payday. So I come into work, and on payday you have a certain pep in your step when you come to work. So and I was cute that day. Now that I think about it, I was cute. I had my long weave, I had my bangs, my outfit was cute. So I come into the office, and it's like our lunch break, and then this lady comes in there and tells us, like, yeah, you can pack your bags because y'all are done here. And I'm like, say what? Excuse me? Like, I didn't know that people got fired or people were let go that fast. Because when you think about someone, first of all, when you think about someone being fired, you think, okay, well, maybe they were doing something wrong with the job. Maybe they were stealing, or, coming to work late every day, or cussing out the manager, or, like, they were doing something wrong, and that's why they were fired. And usually, when you do something wrong on your job, maybe you get like a warning or something. So it's like being fired won't come as a complete surprise. But kind of being let go, like, it was just such a shock to me. Like, so after the lady came in and told me and my manager that, like, oh, y'all are done, deuces, pack your bags, go. So when I left the office. Well, me and my manager, we left the office, got in our separate cars and everything, and then we went to our regional manager and let him know what was going on. And it's like, he seemed concerned, but it's just like, I was in shock. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what my life was gonna be like. And what hurt me the most was the lack of support that I felt from the company. Like, I felt like, okay, I showed up to work every day. I did my part, and sometimes I went above and beyond what my job description entailed. And here we go, something happened that was completely under, you know, my control or their control at the same time. Like, you know, something like this happened, and it's just like, I didn't feel any support from anyone from the company. Like, they didn't try to like reach out to me, or I don't know, I just expected more. And the company was, it was a fairly small company. It's not like if I work for some Fortune 500 company that has like thousands and thousands of employees. Like, no, it wasn't like that. Within property management, like, the staff is usually small because you only need maybe like 3 to 4 people to manage each site. Or sometimes you have sites that don't have, you know, on-site management. Like, you'll have like a property manager that's over maybe 2 or 3 buildings. And at our property, there was 4 people on staff, and for at least 2 to 3 weeks after we were fired or let go, whatever you want to call it, like, I didn't hear any communication from like our regional, from the president of the company. And then they got into a legal battle with you know, my company and the people at the property. Like, it was real, it was a lot of drama. Like, they had a lot of drama. But it's like, with that said, I still didn't feel like I felt like they owed me something. Like, I felt like they owed me, you know, an explanation. Like, I felt like they should have like helped me find another job or something. Like, I really felt like yo, y'all just gonna leave me hanging? Like, I gave y'all everything. Like, I came to work, I did my job, like, I did above and beyond my job. Like, I did great. I saved y'all money in a lot of situations. So it's just like, y'all just gonna leave me high and dry. And it's at that point that I really realized that it's just like, these companies, they don't really care that much about you at the end of the day. Like, you are a number, you are, you know, a financial obligation to this company. And then once that obligation is, you know, is met, or, you know, or that relationship ends, it's just like, that's just it. Like, okay, thank you, goodbye. So I really felt some type of way about that. And it really changed my thinking as far as working for other people. And experience really changed how I view having a job. Like, and it just changed what I expect from a company. It's like, I expect to show up, I expect to do whatever is you know, is part of my job description. I may do a little bit more if I feel like it, but it's like, at the end of the day, I know that if something was to happen to me, I'm not going to expect the company to like go all out and go to bat for me, because everyone is replaceable. Just as easy as they found you for that position, they will find somebody else. So you have to go in there, and you have to go into a job with that in the back of your head. So it's just like, so if when things happen, you don't get hurt, or you know, your feelings don't get hurt. Because I was legit depressed for at least like 3 or 4 months after it happened. And after it happened, like, thankfully at that time I had a friend that was driving an Uber, and she, you know, she was telling me about it. Like, yeah, I drive Uber, you know, I make a decent amount of money off of it. So I started doing that, you know, as soon as everything happened. Like, I signed up with Uber, and that was such a great flexible part-time type of job or gig or whatever for me to do as I was looking for another job. Because, you know, one thing that no one can deny about Uber is the fact that it is the most flexible job that you may ever had. Like, how many jobs out there can you say that you can literally show up whenever you want? Like, for real, like whenever you want. Like, it could be 5 o'clock in the morning and I could hop in my car and drive Uber. And because I live in the Washington DC area, you have to make sure that you have something to hold on to, because it's like, that depression, it can eat you alive. Like, I legitly gained like 20, more like 30 pounds, you know, during this time. And it was really hard, like, because I just didn't know what to do. For the first time in my life, I found myself in a place financially where I was completely lost. I just felt so insecure. And then just even when I was going on interviews, like, and then, you know, they'll ask you that question like, oh, so what happened with your last position? And then I got to go into the whole story like, I was fired, but then not really fired. They just like let me go. The contract ended, blah, blah, blah. Then I got to try to, you know, make it sound like more than what it is. So it's just like even, you know, going to interviews and stuff like that, which is such a drag. But aside from Uber, which was a great like part-time type thing that worked out for me, in the DC area there are a lot of temp agencies, and they were also good for finding, you know, quick jobs. And having gone through that, it's like now I can mentally prepare myself for, you know, anything that happens. And I'm also doing more to save my money and just manage my money wisely, so that if some crisis happens and for whatever reason I don't have my regular job anymore, then at least I'm not scrambling around financially like, oh my god, how am I gonna pay my bills and stuff like that. So that's my stories, and thank you guys for joining me for another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have so many more stories to share with you all, and just comment below and let's have a conversation about jobs and losing jobs and finding new jobs and all of that goodness. So deuces.